Welcome, future technical educators. If you're currently grinding through your technical teacher certificate training, you already know the modern classroom needs a whole lot more than just the old chalk and talk routine, right? Today we're going to explore how to transform your future classrooms from spaces of passive listening into these vibrant, buzzing hubs of active problem solving. This explainer is entirely dedicated to mastering what we call the project method. By the end of our time together, you'll have a rock-solid blueprint for making learning deeply practical and genuinely meaningful for your students.
To get there, we'll quickly run through understanding the method itself, the different types of educational projects you can use, a foolproof 6-step execution plan, the real-world advantages and limitations, and finally, how this shifts the roles of both teacher and student. Let's dive right in.
Section 1. Understanding the project method.
So, what is this all about? Fundamentally, it's the absolute core of learning by doing. Instead of just, memorizing theory out of a textbook, which, let's be honest, doesn't always stick, students are tasked with solving a real-life problem or completing a highly meaningful task. At its heart, this method involves students actively planning, doing, and evaluating. It's about gaining truly practical knowledge and skills. It bridges that massive gap between abstract concepts and tangible reality. And for you, as technical educators, this is crucial because theory absolutely has to translate into working parts.
Think of yourselves as architects of learning. This blueprint lays out the entire ecosystem of the project method. We've got the foundational definition, the types, the steps, the pros, the cons, the whole shebang. And everything connects back to one single unifying goal, making learning deeply meaningful.
Now, let's look at the core characteristics. This methodology shifts the spotlight entirely onto the learner. Because it's firmly based on real-life scenarios, it naturally develops those vital problem-solving and practical skills. You're cultivating team spirit, independence, and creativity here. By integrating knowledge from various subjects to solve one concrete problem, say designing a complex circuit or drafting a complete floor plan, you are deeply connecting school learning with the actual careers your students are building toward.
Section 2. Types of educational projects.
How do we actually scale this methodology? Well, you actually have incredible flexibility here. You can assign an individual project to a single student to test a very specific technical skill. Or you can foster collaboration through a group project for a small team. You could even do a whole class project where everyone contributes to a larger goal. Want to go bigger? Scale it up to a school project involving multiple classes, or even a community project designed specifically to benefit your local area. The scope is totally up to you and your learning objectives.
To really bring this to life, what do these projects actually look like out in the wild? In a technical or science setting, it could be wiring up a working physical model of a water cycle, or maybe constructing an interactive display on plant biology. On a broader scale, your students could literally step out of the classroom to conduct an area-wide cleanliness survey, initiate a community save energy engineering campaign, or compile a historical timeline of their city. Every single one of these demands active investigation over passive reading. It's hands-on.
Section 3. 6 Steps to Execution.
Okay, grab your mental notepads because this right here is your bread and butter. Step 1 is selection. You guide your students to choose a topic that's genuinely interesting and relevant to their trade. Step 2, planning. They list out tasks and nail down a firm timeline. Step 3 is investigation. This is where they head into the real world, or hit the workshop, to collect data and test ideas. Step 4, organization. They take that raw data or those prototype test results and analyze them. Step 5 is presentation, where they finally prepare and showcase the finished product. And Step 6, evaluation. You review the project and give constructive, critical feedback. Listen, if you skip any of these steps, the structural integrity of the whole learning experience just falls apart.
Section 4. Advantages and limitations. It's time for a quick reality check. We have to look at the pros and cons honestly. The advantages? They're phenomenal. This approach brilliantly encourages self-learning, it significantly develops practical skills, massively increases student interest, and absolutely prepares them for real-world employment. But there are limitations you need to be ready for. It takes more time. It can be expensive. It requires specific materials and workshop facilities. And honestly, it isn't perfectly suited for every single topic in your syllabus. Most importantly, it requires highly skilled guidance from you. Without your facilitation, a group project can quickly turn into pure chaos and a pile of broken parts.
Section 5. Teacher and Student Roles.
Notice how the dynamics shift here. The traditional classroom hierarchy gets flipped completely on its head. Your role transforms into being a guide on the side. Your job is to select meaningful frameworks, guide that crucial planning phase, provide the necessary tools and resources, and keep your students heavily motivated. The students, well, they do the heavy lifting. They take center stage to plan, collect data, collaborate, and physically build the final product. You facilitate, they execute. It's a real partnership.
As we wrap up our analysis of this instructional blueprint, I want to highlight a really powerful concept. Project method makes learning meaningful, practical, and joyful. Ultimately, guys, this is the entire goal of your technical teacher's certificate training. You're learning to shift away from rote memorization. You're embracing a system that equips students with real-world competencies. Because when students can physically see the practical application of what they're learning, that joy of discovery naturally follows.
So as you prepare to complete your training and step into your very own classrooms, I'll leave you with this provocative thought. How will you transform your first classroom? Are you going to start with a small, focused group project, or are you going to tackle a massive community initiative? The choice and the impact is entirely yours. Keep learning, and good luck out there in the workshop.